Hello, everyone. There is this concept I've been thinking about lately, and the more I think about it, it has left me amazed. So that's the reason I thought I'll share this with you. Well, I call it the art of distancing. Okay, so it's not something new, or it's not that people don't have not talked about it, but anyways, it's mainly about how you would be able to appreciate something more when you're away from it, or how distancing yourself from something would help you appreciate it more. Okay, so I am taking it at two different levels. Like you can have the physical level and you can have the mental level. Okay, so talking about the physical level first. Imagine there's fire, right? There's fire, and you are looking at fire. You're amazed by its beauty and you are admiring it. As long as, of course, it's not destroying anything, you're amazed by it. But as soon as you are nearing it, or if you are in the fire, the situation is quite different, isn't it? You would not be able to enjoy it or appreciate it. Similarly with rain, let's take a cooler example. Well, with rain, if you're sitting in your room by your window and it's raining outside, you are here with a hot cup of tea, obviously you're enjoying it. But if you're outside trying to get back home and it's raining heavily, and trying to get an auto rickshaw and all that, it's a different situation, right? Well, talking about something else, like for example, me being a Keralite, my people here, my friends here always tell me that you talk about Kerala so much. I'm in Mumbai, and I'm talking about Kerala so much, the beauty, the people, the ambience, the atmosphere, all that. And the fact is that you see this with people even abroad. Of course, they admire Kerala even better. They long to be there. You might not hear this much from people actually living there and working there in Kerala, right? So it is actually in a form, again, it's a form of physical distancing, when you are actually distancing yourself and appreciating something more, right? So now let's talk about the mental level. And before that, do watch this video.
What does Will Smith believe is the meaning of life?
Well, that's a big one. Just sit here for 30 seconds.
Right now?
Mm-hmm. Look at me. Now look at you while you're looking at me.
Oh, damn, you just did it. Whew. I'm trying to. It's not easy though.
You're right. That's where you will find the meaning of life. That's where you'll find it. So whatever that was, when you can make peace with that, that's the meaning of life.
Damn.
Wow. Too much of a load, maybe. But wasn't that beautiful? Yeah. So just stay with that thought, and let me get to the mental level. Now, with the mental level, it's very tricky. It's not as easy as how you physically distance yourself, because you can't actually come out of your mind. And supposedly, you believe that the mind is inside the body. Now, that's something else. That's another topic to be, put on a debate. But any which ways, no comments. But the mental space is very difficult to, distance, and the only way you can do it might be through your thoughts. Okay, so the way you think, how your perspective of thought is, that's one way to look at it. Now, for example, think about, you have always heard that if you have a problem, to solve it, you need to think out of the box, right? So it's like you're thinking outside the problem. When you're in the problem, you're not able to find a solution, and you come out of it, look at it from a different perspective or more perspectives, and then find a solution to it. right? For example, maybe another example can be that you have two people quarreling. They are having an argument on something, and the other guy is saying something, and the guy opposite to him has a different view, and they are both, they are even proceeding to fight, even physically. So now you have another person, a third person, who is trying to stop them and who has some logic also. And there you would find that he has logic in what he's saying. Okay, that is mainly because that he is not in the argument. So he is actually viewing it from outside, and that is the reason he has more points with logic, and maybe in a way he can even bring it to a close. That is the argument. Okay. Now think about a person who is actually depressed, and who is not happy with what he has achieved in life, and in whatever situation he is in, the house, the job, everything, he's just thinking that this is not what I wanted, or I could have done much more. But if he just slightly shifts his thought from a different perspective, from outside, it might be that whatever he has now would be something which another person outside would be wishing for. Maybe the house he's living in, the society he's living in, the job he has, the car he's driving. All this would be something which another person would be dreaming of or wishing for. So basically, if he's thinking from that angle, he would be much happier, much peaceful, in fact. Right? So that is distancing from a mental space. That is, in fact, changing your thoughts and perspectives to actually distance yourself at that level and reap the benefit out of it, actually. So I know that it is not, these days we have reached at a point where it is not enough that one or, I just say something. You need to see more people talking about it. So here is yet another video. Enjoy.
Here, Jim. How you doing? How's life? Everything good?
You know, it's so beautiful. It really is, especially when I'm absent from it.
Do you feel like you're separated from the rest of the world and what's going on?
No, not separated at all. In fact, it's the exact opposite. Don't get me wrong, Jim Carrey is a great character, and I was lucky to get the part. But I don't think of that as me anymore.
You don't? Not at all?
Not really, no. I used to be a guy who was experiencing the world, and now I feel like the world and the universe experiencing a guy.
Well, at this point, I don't think I have to say anything more. So, all I have to ask you to do, or I might request you to do, is to just think about it, spend some time on it. Well, that's it. Until then, I'll be back with more thoughts. Thinking Bear signing off.